So I was thinking about different people and what they're being called to do, what is in their heart to speak about, and what they're doing about it. And there's a lot of people who are connected with nature. There's a lot of people who are raising their consciousness, who are aware of what is going on in this world and how energy isn't just around us, it's in everything. It is life, and this is how everything is connected, and how we actually are here is through energy, and the vibes that we put off affect so much in our lives. So it's like, as I look at different people and I'm inspired by what they're speaking about, whether it's talking about Monsanto, the GMOs, the toxins in vaccines, the conventional medicine, disease model doctors who are very, very behind in times of how to heal and what to do, and are just there's politicians, just book read people who have gone to these institutions, these schools, these different places that are bought out, and who teach only what they want us to know, and who just do not think at this time. And I don't mean this in a bad way, because I've been there. It's just, your mind is captive to the conditioning and the programming that we have received since before we were even born. And so when I see people standing up and speaking about all these matters and raising awareness and helping to put an end to the corruption and these crimes against humanity, I believe that human trafficking is one of the biggest topics, because hundreds of thousands of our offspring and elderly are being used and sold as commodities. It is a business plan. It is something that people just don't realize is going on. And it's not just the sex trafficking that's going on. I'm talking about the modern day form of human trafficking of our families by CPS, the Child Predator Services. They call themselves by many different names: Department of Child Services, Department of Child and Family Services, so many different abbreviations. And they are for-profit corporations. They're private business associations. They have their own bylaws, their own constitutions that they follow. And what they're doing is they're contracting with one another, and they're acting as though they are government, and they are not. They don't have that authority. And there's a major conflict of interest. They're in bed together. And when it comes to like the different branches of government, these things that are happening are going outside of the indentured service agreement or trust agreement that was given to our public servants to serve and protect our rights, our property, our families. And instead, the table's been flipped, and they're coming in and they are pretending as though they have authority to do these things. So you see like the water authority, you see the housing authority, you see, names and labels do a lot for people when they see that this is an authority. When I was in counseling, they talked about contacting the proper authorities to have them investigate suspected allegations of abuse and neglect. And when you become involved in this system, as I have, you will see that there is no actual law being upheld by any of these corporations, because they're only following their bylaws. There's the Constitution, the natural laws, our divine rights are being completely stomped on, and there's so much trauma because of this. So I stand up using my voice, just like any other issue that's going on in the world. I believe that our families are so important, and I'm going to speak about this, and I'm going to do so in such a way to help others, because it hasn't stopped yet. Children are still, or the proper name is offspring, or our little ones are being taken and kidnapped from one family after the other. Our elderly are being taken, okay? Our houses are being taken. Everything is being taken. And when it comes to like different things like temporal things, the cars and the houses and all that stuff, you know, they don't matter like flesh and blood, but we do need places to stay. We do have a right to have a roof over our head and to have food on our table and to be together as a family. We have a liberty interest in our little ones. Okay, they are ours, and it is no one else's right to come in and to oppose or impose any type of their own will onto any family. And where true abuse or neglect occurs, then there needs to be a true court of record. Now, the natural laws, the universal laws are in effect, and they are going to take care of what's going on as well. That happens in the divine timing of things. But when it comes to just being here on this planet, and we want to make sure that people are being treated fairly and supporting one another, there must be a true court of record, a jury of one's peers, not a trial jury, a jury by one's peers. Okay, there has been so much corruption, so much legalese, everything has been complicated, whether it's our health or the so-called justice system. You can look at anything. They try to complicate it. They try to compartmentalize people and to separate and divide us. And we need to come together and we need to simplify things because it's not what we've been taught. And our families are important. We have a fundamental right. We have a natural right to be together with our loved ones. And I just want people to be aware that there's information out there that we are able to have the evidence available when someone comes up to us and tries to violate us. We can speak. We have that power, and we need to continue to do that one by one and then together as a group, because for far too long people have been stepped on and have been dragged through the mud. Felt like we were just alone and thrown to the wayside. And the time is up for that. It's no more. These crimes against humanity will end. And I am a mom who is standing, and I invite you to stand and to be aware and to connect, go out and connect with others, connect with nature. Take the time to silence everything around you and to learn what it is that we are to learn in this time and to live in the way that we are to live in the ancient ways, you know, because things are happening for a reason. There are different energies on this planet for a reason, and there's lots of people speaking out there. So I'm coming from a different angle, from a spiritual angle on this, because I believe we are all infinite souls having this human experience. We are in these bodies, and while I'm in this body, I want to do everything I can to be healthy, to be moving in a direction that is leading to raising vibrations, to spreading love and joy, to helping others to connect with who they truly are, and for us to complete karmatic cycles, for us to know that we are loved. We are loved. We aren't alone, and we can do this. And it's going to, in time, things are going to change. Things are changing. They are changed. Especially from when it started back in 2014, when CPS came up to my door and violated my rights, and I didn't know what to do. And I continue to learn every day more and more, and I am being connected with more and more people, and that is what we are going to continue to do. We are going to grab hands. We are going to create bridges instead of walls. We're going to knock down the walls, and we are going to walk as one voice, one people, one heart. And so I just wanted to bring this out there that, you know, my ayahuasca ceremony has helped me to quiet the voices even more and to really, really take the time to give permission and to seek what it is I'm here to do and to fulfill that. I'm still processing. There's a lot more that I am looking at, but, you know, really listening to my intuition and also being led and guided to connect with different people and different information that's out there. It's just really been coming, and I will just end this video saying that I was blessed today to see my mom, who I haven't seen in 3 years, and my eldest daughter that I haven't seen, and just be able to connect. It was amazing. And that actually began, they wanted to connect, I think it was about this last month was when kind of the email came out, and they were around today. And I'm not going to talk about everything. I love my 2 other daughters, but I wasn't able to see them at all. But I love them so much. I love all of them. And it was just nice to be able to connect. And I shed some tears afterwards, came to this beautiful tree, my tree, to process and to connect. And I actually laid down for a while, and I was trying to get a good angle because of the lighting when I'm doing this video. Sometimes it really shows bags under my eyes, and so I was trying to just turn it. But anyways, I just wanted to come on here to talk a little bit about this and to talk more about what my videos are about and why I'm going to continue to share information about CPS. It's just like anyone else out there who's spreading awareness about Monsanto, and I think that the human trafficking that's going on of our families, our offspring, our elderly, is wrong. And we need to be aware of what's going on, that we are being sold as commodities, and we've been hoodwinked, we've been bamboozled. And yeah, if you don't know what's going on, then you can feel very fearful or alone, and we don't need to feel that way because we are powerful. We are powerful in who we are. Yeah, so I thank you for listening, and I hope that you got something from this. And maybe later I will do some videos to just go over some of what the other advocates are talking about and show you the evidence of where these corporations and where legislation and all of that is overstepping their bounds and actually breaking the trust agreement, the indentured trust agreement that was given to them. And so there needs to be injunctions filed against anyone who's doing this. These are families, and so they need to be held accountable, and they're not going to hold themselves accountable. So I do this from a place of love, and yeah, it's definitely for love for my family, for the world, this planet. I thank you for you guys being here. I thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and I hope that you have a blessed night. Namaste.
Let's do less is more. I'll do less is more too. Here we go.
Voiceless. We give voice to the voiceless. Give voice to the voiceless. So let out your voices, they've been caged for too long. There's a prayer in the air now. Feel it coming strong. Feel it coming strong like the thunder of the buffalo. Red on up the indigo. Feeling within every soul. Chance to be heard now. Chance stay alive. Chance stay alive. listening. Love is listening. Love is listening. Love is listening. We will be heard. We will be heard. We will be heard. We will be heard. A reculturization. Back to the indigenous ways, First Nation. It's gonna take time and it's gonna take patience. Yeah, this is an invocation for land and water restoration. And for those who've been silent, sing for the changes. Come sing for the changes. We focus on the remedies. Walk the red road now in integrity. Songs we weathering for the great remembering. We have the power now to create a better dream. Because together we have everything that we need to live sustainably and ethically. Just align with the most high energy. Bring your heartbeat to the one tribe gathering. One tribe gathering, 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 gathering. People come together. We can love each other.
Sing it again.
People come together. We can love
What?
each other. We will be heard. We will be heard. We will be heard. We will be heard.
What?
There is a woman. She hears all our praise. Many we only. She heals us. She heals us. Her waters are sacred, purified by the sun. And with every heartbeat, she heals us. She feels us. She bathes in the moonlight, and she dances with stars. And we are her children. She heals us. She heals us. We want freedom. We sing for freedom. We stand for freedom. We stand for freedom. Yeah.